we need to capitalize on this energy real quick. Let's hear it for our graduates. What do you say? Good evening, students, parents, families, faculty, and distinguished guests. Welcome to alumni Shepard High School, class of 2024 graduation ceremony. My name is Tim Baker, and I'm the associate principal here at Shepard High School. Before we begin, I'd like to ask the graduates in our honors choir to please join your classmates in the choir area. At this time, I would also like to ask John Anthony Alvarado to come to the podium and lead us in the Pledge of Allegiance. To our guests in the audience, we ask that you please stand as members of our Air Force JROTC present the colors and remain standing after the pledge for the singing of our national anthem and our alma mater performed by our honors choir.
Good evening, Astros. Please stay standing for the pledge. I pledge allegiance to the flag of the United States of America and to the republic for which it stands, one nation, under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all. Thank you, Astros.
Thank you, and please be seated. It is my pleasure to introduce the distinguished guests we have up here with us tonight. Board of Education President, Mr. Tom Kozowski. Board of Education Vice President, Mrs. Carol Katz. Assistant Superintendent, Dr. Greg Walder. Director of Special Education, Ms. Carrie Piscatelli. Chief School Business Official, Mr. Tony Corsi. Assistant Principal, Mr. Mike Piaczynski. Assistant Principal, Mr. Jim Kane. Assistant Principal, Mrs. Lindsay Nissen. Assistant Principal, Mrs. Marie Serwin. Assistant Principal, Mr. Tim Butler. Dean of Students, Mr. Nick Bax. And of course our Principal, Dr. Jen Pollock. Also with us tonight, we have over 60 faculty members and staff. Among them are this year's retirees who have served our school with dedication and commitment during their tenure. At this time, we'd like to recognize our retirees. If they're here, please stand. Executive Assistant to the Principal for 29 years, Nancy McGuire. Social Studies teacher and basketball coach, Tony Ciccarello, 33 years. Assistant Principal, Jim Kane, 32 years. And Director of Bands, Mr. Chris Pitlick, 33 years. We wish them well in their endeavors after they retire. A couple weeks. Congratulations. And now we will celebrate the seniors ranking at the top of their class for their academic achievement earned during their years at Shepard High School. Seniors, when I call your name, please come forward and receive your medals. In rank order, Ethan Byrne. Macy Balabon. Ellie Davidson. Margaret Klinger. Roberto Olympia. Samantha Flores. Ethan Chua. Maja Natan. Julia Feldner. And Jessica Justin. Congratulations to our top 10. It is my honor to introduce this next group of graduates. These graduates have chosen to answer a calling and enter the military for the purpose of defending the Constitution of the United States of America. Please rise when your name is called and remain standing. United States Air Force, Devontre Mosby. Army National Guard, Gavin Anderson. Joining the Navy, Jasmine Porter. Gabrielle Wilson. Timothy Hopoff. Madison Nathan. Ryan Sprandel. Caleb Walker. Joining the Marines, Robert Segura. Ernesto Hernandez. And Aiden Wellahan. Please join me in celebrating their decision to protect the many freedoms and prosperity our country enjoys. Our next speaker is the class of 2023 Wall of Fame recipient. The Wall of Fame is Shepard High's highest honor and truly represents all that we value: academic achievement, strength of character, leadership, involvement in school, dedication, and hard work. Ladies and gentlemen, it is my pleasure to introduce a student that's accredited at Shepard High School, Macy Balabon. Macy was a member of the literary magazine, Group Interpretation, National Honor Society, Youth and Government, Communications Club, and one of our morning announcers. Macy is a regional champion in oratorical declamation and a two-time sectional qualifier, as well as the president of our speech team. She's a two-time state qualifier for mathletes, placing 6th in state for oral mathematics. She earned her seal of biliteracy commendation and will be attending the University of Notre Dame in the fall. Please welcome Macy Balabon.
Families, friends, and most of all, my fellow members of the class of 2024. We did it! It was daunting to sit down and write a speech commemorating these last 4 years, but I've decided to start with our humble beginnings. And by humble, I mean virtual. We are the first class to experience the awkwardness of freshman year from the comfort of our rooms. Although our time together and toilet paper supply was cut short by the year 2020, we still managed to push through and prosper with us all finally under one roof. Sophomore year, we set off on the adventures of high school. We escaped the fearsome chance of go home freshmen and now relish the chance to participate in the chanting. Finally, we could return to the clubs, activities, and sports we find solace in. Able to see old friends and form new friendships with our peers and classmates. Adjusting to and settling into a newfound sense of normalcy. Now, junior year, our first year as upperclassmen. Still all the fun of homecoming, football games, field trips, clubs, and sports, but now, gearing up to face standardized tests and our future. And yet, the future still felt so far away. Senior year, it's almost as though you could feel the time ticking. The future was staring right at us. It was impossible to evade questions of where are you going and what are you going to do? Whether it was classmates and teachers here at Allen or aunts and uncles over the holidays. So much of the future. All while we were trying to live our last days of high school to the fullest. But let's slow down. Shift your focus to today, right now. As you wait mere moments from closing one chapter in our lives and starting another. You sit shoulder to shoulder, not 6 feet apart. Take a moment, look around, say hi to your neighbors, introduce yourself if you don't already know them. Relish in our last celebration as the class of 2024, and acknowledge how far we've come from the 14, 15-year-olds hiding behind screens with cameras and microphones turned off. Take a moment to reflect on the teachers, staff, family members, classmates, and friends who have helped you through the good and the bad at Allen. These people have become a part of your story and have helped you turn the page to a new chapter in your life. So, whether the person sitting next to you is your best friend, classmate, hallway crush, or stranger, our stories have converged, and we now get to look on as each one of us blossoms with each chapter ahead. But before you let the future take over, I implore you to soak up the present. Take the wrong train or turn and get lost somewhere. Fall in love a lot. Major in philosophy because there is no way to make a career out of that. Go to the moon and become the next Alan B. Shepard. Switch majors and careers and fall in love with your future. Change your mind and change it again, because nothing is permanent. Now is the time to make as many mistakes as possible and grow from them, so that one day you can look back on your storybook and it is filled with adventure. Thank you for your time on this special day, and as always, it's a great day to be an Astro.
At this time, I'd like to invite Assistant Principal Marie Serwin to the podium to introduce our distinguished alumni.
This year's distinguished alumni is Mr. Dave Wierzel. Dave graduated from Shepard in 1980 and went on to attend Purdue University, where he earned his bachelor's degree in English in 1984. From there, he earned his teaching certificate from the UIC in 1986 and a master's degree in English from Chicago State in 1991. Dave spent 35 years as an English teacher at Carl Sandburg High School, where he also coached football for 38 years, 9 as the head coach. He also coached track and field for 21 years, 2 as the head coach. Upon his retirement in 2020, the beginning of the COVID years, he had plans to volunteer for 5 organizations and then possibly work part-time in 2 other jobs. COVID had a limiting effect on his options. He found himself volunteering for the Forest Preserve of Cook County and for Palos Heights TV4. In 2021, he was hired as a producer for PHTV4 and thus began an interesting and fulfilling second career in local access cable television. PHTV4 is an award-winning cable station, the Governor's Hometown Award, and locally, the Palmer Award. And in 2023, Comcast deemed them the most active local cable station in the South Suburbs. They had generated 387 programs with over 23,000 views on YouTube. Not quite Taylor Swift numbers, but very good for a local cable station. Their achievements were recognized in a Chicago Tribune article and in a feature segment on WGN. Dave loves Shepard so much that he chose to live here and send his 2 daughters to Shepard. He attributes the academics at Shepard and the co-curricular experiences he and his daughters had to their academic success and fulfilling careers afterwards. It is my pleasure to introduce to you this year's distinguished alumni, Mr. Dave Wierzel.
One of the interviews I did this year at Shepard was with Troy Myers. And by the way, Troy, good luck downstate. I hope to see you down there this weekend on the medal stand. And during that interview, I asked him what he liked about being part of the track program. And one of the things he mentioned was the friendships he's made over the last few years. In another interview, I talked with Macy Balaban, a question I had asked several in the interviews I did here. What were her plans after high school? Like, you've been hit with this question so many times. Macy at that time said that she wanted to study political science, maybe English, and pursue law. Their 2 responses inspired the ideas I want to share with you tonight. Over the last year, I'm going to piggyback on you, Macy. Over the last year, I want you to consider how many times you've been hit with the questions, what do you want to do? Are you excited? Do you have a plan? Are you going to college? If you're going to college, what are you going to study? What about a job? Are you nervous? Are you excited? Do you get it? Feel an avalanche going on here. Are you enjoying, especially this one, are you enjoying your last year of high school? The pressure to enjoy it. How are you going to pay for it? And then take your pick. School, car, rent, whatever is in store for you. When I graduated from Shepard in 1980, I had a plan, and I had 3 good buddies who had plans. One was going to go to college to play football at Purdue. He and I would end up being roommates and best men for each other at our weddings. Another buddy of mine wanted to go to college to be a pilot. And then another friend of mine, our group, went into the Marines. The friend who played football at Purdue actually went on to the NFL, played there for 7 years, and then he's 29, turning 30, his professional career is over, what do you do now? And he ended up becoming a pharmaceutical salesperson. Okay, and I'm going to touch on that in a minute. The friend who wanted to be a pilot, and he was there for a few years, and he had the aviation classes, and when Howe Airport existed in Crestwood, he took me up for a fly. We buzzed the District 218 community. But he ended up having to leave school because of a personal tragedy that took place in his family. He had to go home, he ended up taking a job, and he would end up becoming a firefighter. My other good friend went into the Marines. He fulfilled his service, and then when he came out, he also became a firefighter. But the thing I want you to think about each of these friends is that if you had asked them in their senior year in high school if they thought that one day they would be a pharmaceutical salesperson or a firefighter, the answer would have been no. It was not part of their plans in 1980. I also knew somebody on the other side who wanted to be a pilot, became a pilot. Somebody who wanted to be a doctor, became a doctor, and somebody who wanted to be a teacher, became a teacher. But I also had those 3 good friends and several others who went down a completely unexpected path. Now, I'm not saying that you shouldn't have a plan, but whatever your plans are, you might be surprised at where life takes you. Sometimes a door that maybe isn't open to you now will open up later, or sometimes life happens, and then you have to start looking at plans B, or C, or D. Some of you might be very certain. You know what your career goal is, you got a vision, and you're lasered in on it. Some of you might have a plan, but you're not sure. Maybe it's in a gray area. Some of you might have no idea at all. You might have doubt about it. Maybe doubt about what you're going to do and not have that strong, clear conviction for something. And unfortunately, because I've been in some of these conversations, but not on the wrong side, I think. Maybe you've heard adults say things like kids these days, expressing their fears and worries about turning the world over to you, putting the future of the country in your hands. Are you ready to take on the problems and challenges you face? Step into this next chapter of your lives. So here's the PhD-B4 part. Over the last 3 years for PhD-B4, I've done over 100 interviews at Shepard High School. I've talked with over 250 students, athletes, teachers, coaches, club sponsors, counselors, administrators, staff members from a wide variety of co-curriculars and athletic programs. I've had a chance to meet many of you. It was nice to say hi to some of you in the gym. I can tell you genuinely, I'm not saying this to try to make you feel better, you are impressive. You and your classmates, within your teams, within your clubs, within your classwork, have done things that you can be proud of. Now, in addition to your experiences in high school, consider what's been going on in the background. Macy did a great job of talking about the journey that you began remotely, right? What was that like? In the immediate future, on a large national global scale, while you've been making this march towards this point, you've seen financial crisis, or maybe not been aware of where, environmental disasters, and obviously COVID-19. A Johns Hopkins University study says your generation, you are Generation Z, born between 1997 and 2012, that you are the first global generation. You, Gen Z, are the first generation where anything that happens anywhere at any time is one click away. If something traumatic happens or unpleasant happens anywhere in the world, you have access to it, and you have access to share it and pass it on to somebody else. The way they described it was, everything one click away, you are the first generation of a global community. Now, I wish my generation, the baby boomers, the generations that would come after me, which would be some of your administrators and teachers, the Gen Xers and the millennials, and I'm sure a few of your teachers probably are Gen Zs like you. I wish we were handing you a better world, a safer world, a cleaner world. And despite what some of my older generation friends or family members might say about your readiness, from your education and your values and your experiences with technology in the global community, whether you feel it at this moment or not, you are actually ready for this next chapter in your life. So, back to your plans. Whatever your plans are, or whatever your plans become, whether it's to be a lawyer, or a teacher, or a doctor, or an HVAC technician, a financial advisor, a physical therapist, a fighter, a dermatologist, an accountant, open your own business, open a salon, whatever your plans are, British author William M. Thackeray might have had the best advice for you. Whatever you are, try to be a good one. I want to come back to one final point. Just like I had asked Troy what he liked best about being in the track program here, I had also asked in all those interviews Shepard staff members, what did you like best about being a coach or a sponsor or a director? Their overall number one response, my wife could verify this for editing, how many times it came up in their answers. Their number one response was that they loved watching their students and athletes grow into the individuals that you're becoming, the way you've developed. So yes, I think you can tell, I obviously believe in you. But based on the 100+ interviews I've done and talked to the people around you now, they believe in you too. The Shepard staff and the administrators and the counselors, teachers, sponsors, coaches, everybody, they all believe in you too. So in closing, I'd like to thank Dr. Jen Pollack, Dr. Tim Baker, Ms. Lindsay Nissen, Ms. Jody Pellini, all the Shepard staff. Also a special shout out thanks to Ron Jankowski and the PHTV4 staff. A special thanks to my parents who moved into the area so I could go to Shepard High School. To my wife, Janine, and our daughters, Maddie and Tasha, who made this community our home. Congratulations, Shepard Astros Class of 2024. Good luck, best wishes. Try to be a good one, maybe even a great one. Congratulations. Thank you.
And now it is my distinct pleasure to introduce our principal, Dr. Jen Pollack, to deliver this year's commencement address.
Good evening, parents, families, faculty, district administration, members of the Board of Education, distinguished guests, and the reason we're all here tonight, the Shepard High School Class of 2024. Okay, so how do you give a proper send-off to the group of students who weren't even allowed in the school for the first few months of their freshman year? Well, we're going to try tonight with a little help from the buzzing sounds of the largest brood of cicadas in your lifetime. So graduates, from COVID to cicadas, what a hand you were dealt as you embarked on some of the most transformative years of your life. And yet, here you are. And I am so proud of you and what you have accomplished and where you will go next. Right now, there is an entire stadium filled with your fans, made up of your parents, families, teachers, friends, and loved ones. They're all here to cheer you on as you walk across the stage and begin the next leg of your journey. We all need someone to help us through life's moments, and high school, finishing high school, is no different. So graduates, let's take a moment, turn to your biggest fans, and join me in giving them a round of applause for the support and encouragement they provided, leading you to this moment. In life, there will be many things that you cannot control, but the good news is that the rest is up to you. Just like your life at Shepard High School, you couldn't control that first period started at 8 a.m., but it was up to you to wake up, show up, and achieve. You couldn't control that you needed 23.5 credits to graduate, but it was up to you to pick the classes that would not only get you to that number, but would set you up for success in the future. You couldn't control if there would be a dunk tank at your senior year homecoming, but it was up to you who would get dunked, either me or Dr. Baker, and I hope next year's graduating class makes a better decision on that one. Graduates, the rest is truly up to you. Class of 2024, you have left your mark on Shepard High School. Your positivity and perseverance throughout your time here has left all of us with more hope and strength for the future. You showed everyone that nothing was going to stop you in the pursuit of your dreams. You got involved in athletics, clubs, activities, school events, and spirit days. You advocated for others. That you have learned during your time at Shepard close to heart. They have served you well. Graduates, up until this moment, you have been fellow travelers, but now your journeys will take on different directions. Some of you will join the military or enter the job force. Others will start trade school or move away to attend college and start life on your own. Wherever your journey takes you next, you will undoubtedly go to become more than we could dream, because the destination is up to you. No matter where you land after today, you will always share this part of your journey together. You will always be a Shepard Astro. Now graduates, as you sit waiting across the stage, sit a little taller, hold your head up high, take in the moment. You worked for it, you earned it. You did it. Let today be the first of many accomplishments that you achieve in your life where you can hold your head up and make your loved ones proud. In the wise words from the one and only Alan B. Shepard, if you don't use your experience, your past is wasted, and you are betraying yourself. So now as your principal, I ask you to take flight from your experiences here at Shepard High School. Be true to yourself in your life's journey. Congratulations, class of 2024. Let's go Astros.
For decades, graduates have worn tassels to symbolize their transition from one stage of life to the next. Yours is no different. When you flip your tassel from the right to left, this stage, one chapter ends, another one begins. And now I ask that Ms. Hala Shalaby and Ms. Joanna Stasiak please come forward and call the roll of the Alan B. Shepard graduating class of 2024. At this time, I would ask that school board members, Mrs. Carol Katz, Tom Kozowski, and Principal Pollock, please come forward for the presentation of diplomas.
Mahmoud Khaled Abdullah. John Harkala. Ethan Thomas Byrne. Macy Pearl Balaban. Ellie Davidson. Margaret UNG Klingner. Roberto Angel Olympia. Samantha Flores. Ethan Hans Chua. Maya Natan. Julia Marie Feldner. Jessica Lynn Justin. Jocelyn Abarca Solorio. Fawzia Abbas. Ines Abdurrahman. Ahmed Abu Safa. Adam Abu Zir. Ahmed Abu Zir. Nadine Afana. Alora Ann Aiken. Dana Akrabawi. Ibrahim Al-Rashida. Lamia Kamal Al-Afif. Isaiah Alexander Alba. Africa Coral Alejo. Ziad Jihad Al-Hamayad. Ibrahim Al-Rafai. Giselle Yaneli Alvarado. John Anthony V. Alvarado. Alexis Alvarez. Samantha Alvarez. Ismail Al-Wahish. Osama Al-Zubi. Zaina Al-Zubi. Gavin Anderson. Omar Alejandro Angulo. Dijon Omarion Archibald. Candace Monique Armwood. Isaac Arriaga. Adham Ashkar. Serene Ashkar. Dana Marie Ashman. Rizan Asad. Abdul Majid Atalla. Aya Atik. Anthony Nelson Avila. Brianna Barber. Olivia Matilda Guerrero. Kevin Barrios. Brandon Lee Bello Crosley. Placido Ryan Diegues. Cadence Bland. Colin Allen Blanks. Hale G. Bodner. Jacqueline Marie Borsma. Christian Alexander Botello. Adam Anthony Brandt. Corinthian Alexander Briggs. Madison Christine Brochu. Latasia Brown. Michael A. Brown. Nathan Alexander Busio. Margie Franco Boysa. Jack S. Burke. Gianna Rosalind Busby. Kyle A. Woodvilas. Jabari Renako Bird. Peter James Calderon. Way to go, Petey! Amy Gabriela Campos. Guillermo Cano. Javier Ricardo Cano. Bria Capleton. Leslie Cardenas. Daryl Jonathan Carter. Thomas David Sabula. Charlotte Madison Cedargren. Livia Abigail Chase. Christian Chavez. Daniel Michael Schrobeck. Daviana Noel Colcroft. Waikiki Coles. Brianna Kelly Corcoran. Ella Ann Correll. Frank Dwayne Credell. Deja Janae Culpepper. Hamza Daboon. Dana Damouni. James E. Daniels III. Julia Daniela Danko. Razan Darhamad. Kyla Emerson Davis. Jocelyn De Paz Abundo. Atiana Victoria De Julio. Alexis Delgado. Yuritsa Delgado. Nicholas Ryan Durkins. Jacob Christopher Diferio. Daniel Diaz. Jacob Domalech. Gianna Carmela Donato. Jeremiah John Donovan. Damon Lamar Emery Jr. Manuel Enriquez. Yukepi Eninaya. Daniela Escobar. Rebecca Esparza. Elani Esparza Herrera. Amelia Estrada. Edwin Alicio Farias Nunez. Ronald Corey Felder Jr. Christopher Fernandez. Chantel Fierro. Taylor Ava Figueroa. Olivia Flores. Gio Nathan Franco. Giovanni Frias. Fernando Samuel Fuentes Mata. Keyshawn Fulton. Addison Ray Furno. Ariana Galindo. Chantal Galvin. Marco Alexander Gamboa. Ileana Garcia. And Bella Gashi. Deshaun Tyree Geiger. Devon Kyrie Geiger. Alexis Marie Giesick. Dana Lazo. Isabel R. Gilbert. Demarcus Demari Jackson Wyatt Gelano. Samantha Victoria Glader. Margaret Rose Gleason. Amelia Glenn. Ava Rose Gleva. Joel Gomez. Andrew Gonzalez. Idalie Maya Gonzalez. Adamaris Gonzalez. Daniel Braca. Isaac Gradia. Benjamin T. Grady. Sandayu Sitoli Graves. Amari Green. Emma Jacqueline Green. Katzfer Anjay Gronsky. Destiny Codino. Isaac Guerrero. Feliciano Joaquin Guzman. Ahmed Hamad Haddad. Yasmin Zuhair Hamdan. Kiera Harper. Ernest Harrington. Sean Harris. Tracy Karen Harris Talbert. Jordan Tyler Haskett. Johnette Willow Haskins. Kayla Faith Hedger. Caden Enzo Hale. Samantha Paige Hayden. Cameron Hermanson. Ernesto Jose Hernandez. Ivan Hernandez. Julian Hernandez. Osvaldo Omar Hernandez. Stephanie Daniela Hernandez. Leslie Anaí Herrera. Ishmael Herrera. Jalen Hillard. Brandon Michael Holland. Jessica Lynn Holmes. Timothy Hopka. Eric L. Holmes. Emmanuel Dolores Hongabu. John Robert Hurley. Ayman Hussein. Amy Lizette Iniguez. Jan Jablonski. Imani Jackson. Fiona Michael Jacobson. Mariah James. Kamil Janik. Dominique M. Jera. Sophia Jimenez. Daniel Jones. Gregory Mark Jones. Joel James Jones. June Jones. Robert Daniel Jones. Jamari Darius Jones George. Nathan Julian Juma. Ryan R. Justin. Aiden Patrick Polina. Lemuel Jacob Kemp. Brandon Lawrence Keel. Brandon Stanley Keska. Carolina Kishelevsky. Jake Klein. Brian Michael Klikazuski. Jonah Napchuk. Madeline Canese. Simonis Kondratas. Kayla Ray Kanapasik. Simon Poshchania. Olivia Kopp. Julita Kozlowska. Azela Kozlowski. Sarah Eleanor Kremelmeyer. Adrian Krisiak. Sabrina Puccio. Peter Christoph Lahovsky. Kevin Lijek. Mia Vianney Leon. Adrian Anthony Lopez. Benjamin Lopez. Dulce Maria Lopez. Juan Pablo Lopez. Samuel Alejandro Lopez. Giselle Lopez. Jarrell Lovett. Nathan Lowry. Anastasia Loneberg. Alexis Mary Lynch. June Henying Lyons. Christopher Lafine. Ellie Ann Larson. Jocelyn Leggett. Angeline Macias. Sephora McAvey. Jacob Madera. Caleb Manson. Ashley Marqueño. Brenda Marquez. Kelsey Violet Marquez. Redshawn Martin. Alan Martinez. Carlos Antonio Martinez. Sara Marie Martinez. Javaris Massey. Stacy Massey. Amelia Mastella. Kayla Marie McGurry. Alyssa McNeely. Sandra Medina. Trinity Caroline Medrano Guevara. David Adrian Mendia. Corey Merity. Cedric Andre Miller. Jacob Alexander Minchuk. Alexandria Mirabella. Angel Miramontes. Abdul Muhammad. Aham Muhammad. Alec Monti. Oscar Montiel. Vincent Moore. Devontre Mosby. Keith Moser Jr. Christian Olson. Amanda Nicole Muller. Liani Anali Munoz. Aya Mustafa. Troy Riley Myers. Omar Nakla. Mohammed Nasser. Reem Nasser. Madison Danielle Nathan. Emma Marie Neva. Emily Maria Nevers. Joseph Nelson. Rafael Navarez. Elios Yen Nguyen. Cyril Lee Nichols. Anthony A. Nicholas. Brooke Nicole O'Leary. Daniel Thomas Overweiss. Jan Paweł Obrochta Bartus. Juliana Teresa Olivas. Donovan Oliver. Thomas Paladin. Victoria Nicole Benici. Sean Elijah Parker. Alitzel Penaloza. Timotheos Perez. Natalie Dow Fan. Kendall Renee Ann Phillips. Stanley Plaza. Patrick Popovich. Jasmine Nicole Porter. Reed Powers. Larry Pratt. Konstantinos Primbas. Brandon Purchase Williams. Zachariah Custon. Seth Quinlan. Manuel Quiroga Talavera. Isaiah Kishpe. Lujane Rabadi. Alfred Reds. Yasmin Bilal Jorge Ramos. Kaylin Rankin. Jamari Reed. Aiden Riley. Natalia Reynoso. Shahed Razik. Vince Rios. Emily Lisette Rodriguez. Emma Karina Rodriguez. Jada Victoria Rodriguez. Zaira Paula Rodriguez. Tavon Robeson. Aiden Rogers. Victor Manuel Romo Tenorio. Dulce Rosales Ortega. Maximus Rocio. Tamara Christina Roulette. Sasha Elise Rubens. Noah Jeffrey Rubio. Eduardo Rueda. Ana Seda. Angelica Salazar. Erendira Salgado. Alessandra Sanchez. Cruz Sanchez. Jonathan Santa Cruz. Kevin Santia. Sarah Sapid. Bianca Elena Sarabia. Vincent Phillips Scatia. Julia Scarnaback. Liera Bertha Ann Scott. Olivia Brienne Scott. Brooklyn Reese Seedlack. Robert Segura. Jemiah Kaylin Oswaldo Sereno. Cortavian Nasser Sharp. Cassandra Shaughnessy. Jamie Grace Shepard. Elena Simikowski. Jack Damian Surian. Antoine Smith. Josiah Smith. Jalea Smith. Lewis Smith. Matthew Nicholas Julian Smith. Darion Spencer. Ryan Scrandell. Alia April Spuriel. Danielle Carmela Stahl. Lily Nicole Staples. Daniel Stasha. Elizabeth Rose Stepushek. Dylan Charles Stevens. Gracie Bella Stevens. Benjamin Timothy Stewart. Mache Stoll. Jeremiah Story. Caprice Noel Stubich. Ali Abdallah Talib. Julian Tamayo. Isaiah Elijah Thomas. Janaya Thomas. Alyssa Nicole Thomas. Cameron Tyler Tolliver. Kennedy Jasmine Thompson. Dylan Tracy. Miracle Tucker. Caleb Turner. Wendy Uribe. Nafis Daniela White. Isaiah Vallejo. Richard Lindbergh Van Meter III. Skylar Rose Varble. Alex Velasco. Anjoli Noel Villarreal. Kayla Walker. Morgan Jaya Walker. Sabrina Yvette Watkins. Aiden John Wheelahan. Lazaria Renee White. Michael Lee Whitler Jr. Gabriel Williams. Gabrielle Wilson. Carrington Patricia Reza. Wadia Ali Youssef. Allison Zabel. Peyton Gloria Zahora. Zachary Zemeckis. Lana Zorba. Terrion Perkins. Crystal Bivens. Sajad Mohammed Nasser Al-Famrawi. All right, it's time. We'll make it official, right? Ladies and gentlemen, by the power invested in me by the state of Illinois and the Board of Education of Community High School District 218, I certify that all students receiving diplomas have met the graduation requirements established by our Board of Education. I now present to you the class of 2024. Congratulations!